Our shares in the world's largest electric vehicle battery maker, Contemporary Amperex Technology Company, or CATL, soared more than 16% in the world's largest IPO this year in a secondary listing in Hong Kong. CNA's Wong tells us more.
A big boost for CATL's fundraising and a major lift for Hong Kong's stock exchange. This highly anticipated IPO finally made its debut in Hong Kong since it announced plans to list in the city last December.
港股上市意味着我们更加广泛地融入了全球资本市场，也是我们推动全球零碳经济的新起点。宁德时代不只是一家电池零部件制造商，也是系统解决方案的提供者，更致力于成为一家零碳科技公司。
However, it also comes just months after the U.S. Defense Department added CATL to its blacklist, accusing the company of having links to China's military. The company has denied the association and calls the Pentagon designation a mistake. CATL, already listed in Shenzhen, has 13 battery manufacturing bases globally. The company plans to use the IPO funds raised for the construction of its EV battery production factory in Hungary. This listing has certainly helped put Hong Kong on the global IPO leaderboard.
作为今年以来全球最大型的新股集资个案，宁德时代成功吸引了全球市场的注意力，也成为全球投资者的聚焦点。
Today's listing is another illustration of the strength and the resilience of our market. We all know that there is a lot of volatility in the macro environment. That said, repeatedly we are able to support the growth strategies of a lot of these very exciting technology companies and beyond. And I think today's listing is an illustration of that.
But at least one analyst says the Hong Kong exchange must continue the positive momentum and prove that the CATL is not a one-off listing.
I think it is a very positive signal for Hong Kong to welcome companies with a more diversified industry composition, especially in some of the new growth sector. So I think CATL is definitely a very good landmark case. But having said that, we also need to be aware of what will happen after that, because if it is really only one single company that drives the momentum, and if there's not like any trend that would follow in terms of boosting market sentiment, then it means that it is still pretty much one-off listing.
The Hong Kong government had said previously that at least 100 major companies are waiting to list on the city's exchange. Last year, the amount of total IPO funds raised in Hong Kong was about $10 billion. In the first quarter of this year, Hong Kong recorded 17 new IPO listings, which raised more than $2 billion. Now, that amount of funds raised was almost 4 times that compared to the same period of last year. And authorities here believe that with the uneasy trade tensions between the US and China, that could in fact present an opportunity for the city, as it could encourage more Chinese firms to look at Hong Kong for more stock offerings. Wong, CNA, Hong Kong.